Hi, this is Karen from CardioGolf, and today we're going to break down some important numbers that you might get during a golf lesson if your coach has a launch monitor or a GPS like I do. The launch monitor that I'm using today is called Foresight. That's a brand name. Your coach might have a different brand name. I will be using my numbers as an example. I'm a low handicap female golfer. I'll be using a 7-iron, and I'm going to show you what these numbers mean and why knowing what they mean is going to help you improve your game. Let's start with club head speed. Club head speed is the number in miles per hour that the club head is traveling through the impact area, and obviously that's going to give you the distance. Typical club head speed for a female golfer of my level for a 7-iron is typically between 70 and 75 miles per hour. Club head speed, yes, gives you distance, but that's not the only part of the story. There are other factors that help you hit the ball farther. Next, we look at ball speed. So ball speed is the moment of impact and how fast the ball is traveling off the club face of your club. So typically for a 7-iron of female golfer, my level, the ball speed is going to be somewhere between 95 and 105 miles per hour. And club head speed is a combination of how fast you swing and where you hit the ball on the center of the face, how well you transfer your energy to the ball. So someone with higher club head speed might not hit it as far as someone that has better ball speed because that person is hitting the ball more in the center of the club face. So you really want to try to increase your ball speed if you want to get more distance. That means you have good club head speed, but you're also making good contact with your club. The next number we look at is your efficiency. Sometimes it's called smash factor. And that number is simply the ball speed divided by the club head speed, and that's telling you how well you're hitting the ball in the center of the club face. So for a typical 7-iron of someone of my level, that smash factor would be 1.3, 1.35, and that's just telling us where you're hitting the ball in the center of the face. The better your smash factor number, efficiency number, the more solid the shot is. So think about it. I'm sure you've all experienced that one shot that went 10 or 15 yards more than your regular shots, and that's because your smash factor was a lot better. You were more efficient, so you hit the ball in the center of the face. The next number to look at is the launch angle, and the launch angle is simply the angle that the ball takes off at impact. So for a 7-iron, depending on what kind of loft you have on your 7-iron, a good launch angle would be between 16 and 20 degrees. And that means that I have the club at the correct angle to get the ball airborne. If your launch angle is too low, it means you're de-lofting the club at impact. If your launch angle is too high, it means that you're adding loft at impact. So looking at the launch angle tells us if you are creating the correct path and club face angle at impact. The next number we look at is the club face at impact. If the club face is open, it's going to go to the right. If the club face is closed, it's going to go to the left. And the degree that it's open and closed determines how far that ball is going to go offline. So this is where it gets kind of tricky. There's no set point where your club face should be. It depends on your club path. But ideally, you want that club face to be square or less than 2 degrees open, less than 2 degrees closed. Any more than that, and you're going to start to get shots that move offline. What goes along with the club face is the club path. So the club path is the path that the club head is approaching the ball at the moment of impact. So a couple of things can happen. The club path can be neutral. It can be from the out to in. It can be inside to out. So this is where that club face comes into play because you want to align your club face with your club path. Again, there's no ideal club path. Some people come a little bit out to in. Some people come in to out. They hit it good because they match their club face to their club path. Ideally, for someone at my level, the club path would be coming slightly in to out, or no more than 1 or 2 degrees out to in. Backspin and sidespin are related. So at the moment of impact, if you're striking the ball correctly, the ball rolls up the club face backwards, and that's what backspin is. The ball is revolving backwards, and they measure it in revolutions per minute. So for a 7-iron at my level, I should be getting between 5,000 and 7,000 RPMs in backspin. And that backspin is really important because the backspin is what helps keep the ball up in the air so that I can carry the ball over hazards and water. Sidespin is how the ball is tilting, so you want to try to minimize that side spin to keep the ball on line. For this particular shot, the total distance was 146 yards with a 7-iron, so that's about typical for me. It was about 7 yards offline. But here's the thing, the total yards was 146, but it only carried 135 yards. So why is it important to know how far the ball carries? Because you have to know how far you can fly the ball over bunkers and hazards and water. So if I were playing it in a round, I would want to know how far a bunker was so that I know that I could actually carry the ball that far to get it onto the green. So I may be able to get the ball 146 to the green, but if the bunker is at 140, I wouldn't be able to carry that bunker, so then I would want to club up to make sure that I got that ball over the bunker and it lands on the green. So this is just an overview of some of the numbers that you might get when you go take a golf lesson and they put you on a launch monitor. I just wanted to give you an idea of what the numbers are for and why they are important to you. These numbers are really just for your golf instructor to help them decide what game plan they are going to give you to help you improve your game. If you're interested in more of a deep dive into each of these metrics, drop a comment below and I will blog about it on CardioGolf.com.